When these horses paid a visit to their ailing owner, their actions left everyone in tears, shedding light on the profound bond between humans and animals. Losing a loved one is an immensely heart-wrenching experience. But what about the animals left behind? Do they too experience grief and sadness? The poignant story of these horses demonstrates just how deeply animals can feel. Roberto Gonzalez was an extraordinary individual, born in Texas in 1950. His early years were marked by a loving family, cherished friends, and a dedication to achieving the best grades he could, despite not being particularly fond of school. As the 1970s rolled around, he was a young man eagerly anticipating life's adventures and joys. However, during this period, the United States was heavily embroiled in the Vietnam War, leading to Roberto's conscription into the Army due to his age. In 1970, he was sent to Vietnam as one of over 500,000 men drafted to serve in the conflict. This was a stark departure from Roberto's peaceful upbringing, as he had never anticipated being thrust into the army and deployed to a foreign land. His time in Vietnam was fraught with hardship, including engaging in firefights, enduring grueling patrols, sleeping in uncomfortable and inhospitable conditions, and living under the constant threat of attack. 4 months after being drafted, tragedy struck. While patrolling with his squad, they came under enemy fire, resulting in Roberto getting wounded. He was rushed to a hospital, where his life was saved, but he was left paralyzed due to his injuries. Roberto had no choice but to return home to Texas, unable to continue serving in the Army. Initially, he grappled with depression, unsure of how to navigate life with his paralysis. With the support of his loved ones, he resolved not to let his injuries define him. Roberto was determined to pursue his passions, ranching and working with horses. An avid hunter, he was resolute in not allowing his physical limitations to deter him from doing what he loved. Fueled by his love for four-legged creatures, he aspired to work with animals if given the chance. Initially met with skepticism, as many believed a paralyzed man couldn't effectively train horses, Roberto proved them wrong through unwavering dedication. He became the first and only paralyzed racehorse trainer in Texas, defying all odds and training remarkable racehorses. Soon, people sought to buy horses from Roberto, recognizing him as a legitimate trainer with an exceptional understanding of these animals. Others wanted him to train their own horses to enhance their chances in races. Roberto reveled in his accomplishments, living his dream and earning respect as one of Texas' finest trainers. For the next 3 to 4 decades, Roberto cherished every moment as he continued to do what he loved. He owned 2 horses, Ringo and Sugar, whom he adored with all his heart, reciprocated by their affection. Despite the passage of time, his old injuries eventually took a toll on him. He had been a patient at the Audie L. Murphy Memorial Veterans Hospital, being among the very first individuals admitted to the hospital's spinal cord injury center when it opened its doors in 1974. Throughout the years, he had tirelessly raised funds for the hospital as a heartfelt gesture to express his deep gratitude for the unwavering support they had provided him. Roberto had actively engaged in hospital events and had even dedicated a crosswalk between the hospital and the University Health Sciences Center Hospital. However, when Roberto found himself back in the hospital due to a back injury, which was already a cause for concern given the fragility of his spine, he soon discovered that his condition was much more severe than he had initially realized. While being cared for, he developed a wound on his back, initially the primary reason for his hospitalization, as explained by his wife, Rosario. Yet, in addition to this, he was grappling with liver problems, and his kidneys began to fail. Despite the medical team's exhaustive efforts, it became apparent that there was little more they could do to save him. Thus, the focus shifted toward ensuring Roberto's comfort and happiness during his final days. Rosario expressed her gratitude on the hospital's Facebook page, extending heartfelt thanks to the staff at Audie L. Murphy VA Hospital, particularly the spinal cord staff, acknowledging the extraordinary care they had provided. She regarded them as an extension of their family, thanking them for their exceptional dedication. Before Roberto's time came to an end, there was one last wish he desperately wanted to fulfill: to see his beloved horses, Ringo and Sugar, one final time. Aware that he would not be returning home, he made this heartfelt request through his wife. The hospital staff agreed to make his wish come true, and so they wheeled Roberto out of the hospital in his bed to reunite with his horses. When the old friends saw each other again, they engaged in a touching display that moved everyone to tears. The horses approached Roberto gently, as if trying to discern what was ailing their cherished friend. They drew close to him, their actions almost resembling a heartfelt farewell, as they nuzzled and interacted with him. According to Roberto's wife, when one of the horses approached him, he even managed to open his eyes, a testament to the profound connection he shared with his horses. Witnessing this poignant moment left everyone deeply moved, as it was clear that Roberto and his horses shared a bond of genuine love and affection. They sent their goodbyes with the horses conveying their love and the depth of their attachment to him. After the heart-wrenching reunion, the horses were taken back to their home, and Roberto returned to the hospital. Not long after this emotional encounter between the man and his beloved four-legged friends, Roberto peacefully passed away. While his family mourned his loss and missed him dearly, they took solace in knowing that he was no longer in pain and could now ride horses in heavenly pastures as he awaited their eventual reunion. This touching story highlights the profound connection between Roberto and his horses, underscoring the power of love and the unbreakable bond that exists between humans and their animal companions.